you join the space, know that you have to support, whether I'm the one hosting the space or not, so that it will be announced under the Ministry of Information and Communication Department. So it is an obligation, it's not compulsory, but just try and see what you can set aside for space donation every week. I really want to thank you. We think we gave a cash, a J was about 80 something thousand, and let me check. Yeah, because I need to be precise. We had total a J 84,500, and we had a Gemma 85. Thank you so much. Please, 1 minute, let me, 1 minute, please. Yeah, so thank you to all the donors. So please, if you know that the Lord has dropped in your heart to support the Briggy Space, it's directly and indirectly your contribution for your fundraising and your freedom every Saturday, especially those of you that time does not permit to join the fundraising live. You can support it through a space donation. It will be announced and it will be recorded for you as a fundraising. So it's not that it is being thrown away. No, it's still funneled to one direction, which is for our freedom. So thank you so much. So as we've started a new space, try and see how you can be saving one AJ, so that at least latest Friday, you can see what you can contribute from your side and support us. Don't always wait until I announce. You have my account. If you are not following me, follow me. I'll follow you back so that you send your receipt. Because if you look at that amount, at least it can buy one groundnut. So I really appreciate everyone that supported that last week space donation. No Pupurowo, Abasedian of Rowo. So we've gathered again today, and the topic says the sponsors of your killers want to fight your killers. Nigeria big deception. That is what we'll be talking about. And we can see that there has been a lot of panic and a lot of things has happened this week. We have the objective we want to look through this night. Is already in the flyer that I shared, but I'm going to make reference to that. We are going to look at the terrorists now. Their demands have changed. They are now demanding vengeance as ransom in Nigeria, and they will be looking at the Israeli ambassador, what he said during his interview, accusing Iran of funding terrorism in Nigeria, and how Iran ambassador spoke and countered it and lied to the Nigerian people in live TV. When I say lied, it's because we have the evidence that they are funding terrorism, and our evidence is from the Israeli ambassador. This space is for education purposes. We are not accusing anybody. What we are talking is evidence-based in anything that we are going to say in this space today. And we will look at how former presidential advisor Hakeem Baba Ahmed was panicking on Trust TV because of what the United States of America is doing. And his word precisely said Nigeria is in trouble. So we are going to analyze what he said in that program. We are going to analyze what the Israeli ambassador said. We are going to analyze what Iran ambassador said. And the question still remains, if Nigeria is still safe for you as a Christian, is Nigeria still safe for you as a Jewish person? Is Nigeria still safe for you as a traditionalist? This is the question that you have to answer, because you may say, what has this got to do with Biafra? It has everything to do with Biafra, because our people don't even understand what is going on. If you don't fund your freedom and support the freedom, you go nowhere. The Yorubas, sorry, the Fulanis are not backing down. They are intensifying. Gumi has come out to say they are not backing down, that they are not afraid of anything. Gumi is even equating us to their terrorists, that the US should first of all tell us to drop our weapons. I don't know why he started with us, because he knows that it can never happen. Drop our weapons for you to come and slaughter us as you will. You could see that what is deterring them from committing mass slaughter in our land is because of BDF. So if you are here or you listen to this space later on and you've been sitting on the fence without supporting your freedom, shame on to you. Our BDF has become a threat to the terrorists. Every day Gumi is not sleeping. He wants to see our borders vulnerable and porous for the Fulani terrorists to come in. His brothers, they have regrouped and they are waiting to strike. Nigeria, as you see, has systematically divided. You could see it this week, how the Northerners, with the support of their allies, if you go back to the video, you see their allies sitting behind them, watching them stepping on the flags of the US and Israel. And our people today, which will come to that, I'm so proud of them, have also shown their own side of support that we are not with the Northerners. So it is clear now that Nigeria has divided, whether you like it or not. Nigeria has divided. The Northern have their own rules, we have our own rules. Our Igwe Dr. Lawrence said we have our system. You cannot measure us. Now look at the other side of it, the Southwest. You can see that Tinubu now has repositioned every Yoruba person in all the designated position, political position in his cabinet. If you were a Biafran, like the whatever, I think something about finance, he retrieved the position, he sacked the person that was there and replaced with a Yoruba man. So Tinubu now has replaced, is a tribe, they've occupied all the positions. Very rare is left for Northerners. And before you know what is happening, he may also strip it off. So Nigeria has divided. Oduduwas, they are there. Northern part, they are there. It's just remaining the Biafra side that they are busy fighting, castigating, doing what, it's not pleasing to anyone. So it is clearly in the eyes of the United States of America and in the eyes of Riley Moore, because I believe he has seen what the Northern terrorists did to their flags and the Israeli flag, which is what prompted the Israeli ambassador to come out and say, no, these people are the ones funding terrorism in Nigeria. So this now we are going to look at all that because it integrates. So we'll look into that. So, and before I really start the space, I played a video from our first prime minister. I saw some people from a saboteurs group. I saw them here, but I think the place became too hot and they left the space. I was like, because I was wondering when I saw them, was did they miss route? Anyway, you are welcome at any time, because if it is not Briggy, it can never be Briggy. Because here we marinate everything and then we come out and tell you all the ingredients enter right, left, center, and we come out here with our great speakers and tell you this is what it is. This is what it is. So you are always welcome. Come and learn, because what we do in Briggy Space, you can never, till they bond you, till you die in this age, it can never be. It can never replicate in your space. It is not possible. It is never, and it will never be possible. When you see speakers like King David, Totti, all of them, Benua, everybody here, they are great speakers. So you are always welcome to Briggy Space. More will join later. So if it is not Briggy, it can never be Briggy. Don't let the heat of the kitchen throw you out. Come, you are highly welcome, but you'll be at the listening section because we don't want distraction. Yeah. So our Prime Minister, let me go back and play it. He said that our charter has become, let me play it, it's just 1 minute.
Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Venezuela. And after you have voted for the open gate for Biafra freedom.
That is a word I was looking for. The open gate for the Biafra freedom. Our charter is the open gate for the Biafra freedom. And if you go and watch that video, you ask yourself, where are all those people that cheered him and pretended as if they understood the content of our charter? Where are they today? Where are those professors today? Where are those fake doctors today? I could see them telling our Prime Minister now to go and read book, from prayers Now go and read the book. I have, dropped some words on the book as a gift. Oh yeah, Simon Ekpa start to read the book in prison again. Look at those that were there during the Helsinki Declaration doing nonsense today. They didn't even believe in what they voted into power as a law to guide the Biafran people. They brought the same lawyer. The lawyer said, go and pray by the grace of God, fasting and prayers. Our prime minister said he should write letter to foreign affairs minister. And the next thing we saw was he has gone to Finland to visit our prime minister and gave him a book and wrote there, I am happy to be your US counsel. Oh yeah, prime minister, start to study book. Read book. I'm just wondering, is that what he was asked to do? From prayer to book. You see? The same people were in this hall shouting, cheering him up with that charter that they failed to believe in and to act according to the context of the charter. When that charter was launched and signed into law, it was, what is his name? Dr. Choayoba was also there, meaning that he also bore witness to the content of that charter because he has a copy. He is believing right now that we are following our charter. If we don't follow them, we are an idiot. So that charter has become an open gate for the freedom of the Biafran people. It was adopted, so it serves as a unifying foundation and pathway to progress for us Biafrans. That charter represents opportunity for us. It opened doors for international recognition. It opened doors for international dialogue and support, which is what our lobbyists are doing. That charter that our Prime Minister said is an open gate for Biafrans has given us global access. It has given us Biafrans a legitimate voice on the world stage today. And we could see our people displaying that without fear anymore. That charter, which was signed and approved, has given us protection. It provides a legal and diplomatic framework to defend Biafran's interest. That is what our current Prime Minister, His Excellency NKERE, is doing in Washington, D.C. with our lobbyist, His Excellency Mazi Obong Elias. That charter, which has become an open gate for Biafrans, has given us unity. Even though some people decide to dilute our unity, it brings Biafrans together under one agreed vision and set of principles. Forget about what others are doing. They are floating. They don't have any roots to anchor them in whatever they are doing. You could see them doing everything to deter Biafrans from supporting their freedom. All that they have done is not working out for them. We saw the picture of them, sniping with Mariam. It cannot change anything. Last week they were crying. I saw somebody sharing it, that nobody is funding them. Nobody is giving them money. Why would they give you money when you decided to strike the government into pieces? Shred the government into pieces. It can never be, come in bulk anymore. You think Biafrans are stupid? They are not stupid. They know who is fighting for their freedom. You could hear from those that carried out the protest today, showing their solidarity to Israel and the United States of America. They acknowledge our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere. But this present government now is not even after position or name or whatever you can call it. They are after giving you results, and they are doing exceptionally well. So that charter has become an open gate for the Biafran people, whether you like it or not. So Biafrans across Biafra land today, I just want to appreciate each and every one of them. I really want to appreciate them. We support the US and Israel in their pursuit of peace, in their pursuit of security and shared values. Together we stand for freedom, we stand for democracy, we stand for justice around the world. Thank you so much, Biafrans, for what you have done today. Waving American flag, waving Israeli flag, Israel flag, we thank you so much. We saw what happened in KANU State. We saw what happened in Gombe, all the 8 states in Nigeria. When they were on the streets, they were not waving flags in peace. They were trampling and burning the American flags and Israeli flag, chanting death to America, chanting death to Israel, death to everything on Nigerian soil, and nobody came out to warn them and say, this is not what you are supposed to do. The Iranian ambassador that is on the screen yesterday talking, he did not warn them. Ribadu did not, because they are his brothers. Their allies were behind, watching them, making sure they trample on it very well without making mistake. And the next day, most states joined. All this happened under the watch of a Nigerian government that did nothing. But the difference is clear in the case of the Biafran people. 100% clear. So thank you so much, Biafrans, for what you have done today. We really appreciate your courage. Indeed, our charter has become that open gate for each and every one of us. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for raising those flags today. Thank you. We cannot thank you enough. You have represented us beautifully well. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. We really appreciate you so much in what you have done. So, we are about to start the space, and please, if you know that you will be free, you can then support me with a co-host service this night. If you don't mind, if you will not be free, it's okay. Internet will not kick us out. So a lot has happened this week. A lot has happened, and we will look at it closely so that we understand what we'll be talking about today. So I went through the Twitter handle, especially Adamu Gaba, who tweeted that Russia is preparing to attack Israel and the United States of America. I'm like, this is how they spread fake information. Please kindly share the space if you are just joining the space. You know, Russia cannot. I just want to respond to him and every other person that may feel that Russia will get up and respond on behalf of Iran. They can never do that. Because Russia is bleeding in Ukraine right now as we speak. Over 700,000 casualties. So their military is already stretched and exhausted if Gaba Adamu does not know. And they were fully depending on Iranian drones to survive. So they are Iran customer, not Iran's protector. I think we spoke at length a few days on the relationship that they have, that they've come to form what they call KRINK. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. They've come together to form what they call KRINK. So they can never, their military is stretched already. And Russia has no treaty obligation to defend Iran. It's not part of the agreement in KRINK. NATO has Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all. So Russia and Iran have no such agreement in their KRINK. Their partnership is fully transactional, no military alliance. So it can never defend Iran or even support Iran. It can never. And right now, as we speak, Russia needs Israel more than it needs Iran. Because Israel has been mediating quietly between Russia and Ukraine. So Russia will not sacrifice that relationship for a dead Iranian supreme leader. Even when they've nominated their new leader, Donald Trump said it will not survive without his approval. So if you get an appointment as a new leader, just take it that you live for a few hours according to the trending news. So Russia is already sanctioned into a corner right now as we speak. Any direct military response against the US and Israel will add more sanctions to them, and they don't want that. So Russia cannot afford that bill again because the head has been cut off. What was that main artery, that aorta has been cut off from Russia. That aorta that was supplying them oxygen, feeding them with milk, feeding them with oil, everything, feeding them with drones, has been cut off. So Russia and China and North Korea now are paralyzed. They are suffocating because the main artery has been locked. And Trump had already warned Russia directly Trump made it clear that any country that moves to retaliate on Iran's behalf will be treated as a party to the conflict. So Putin heard that warning and went silent immediately. So when these people stay in Nigeria and begin to manufacture fake news, and you know he has already done that to UK Prime Minister and said, keep your missiles aside, we don't need it. But we will remember, when we needed you, you were not there. Initially, UK Prime Minister Starmer said, no, we will not be part of this. So the same warning Trump gave, which Russia went into their shell, is the same warning that UK Prime Minister has received. So keep it one side. We don't need it. The war is almost ending. We've achieved our goal. So why would you come and say you want to support us? So my people, we are about to start the space now. I just wanted to answer Adamu and every other person that may have that second thought that it is not going to work out because Russia is already stretched and there is no military agreement between them. And even in that their drink, there's nothing like that. So Russia can never, raise up its head. It's not possible. It has a lot of problem already. So a lot has happened this week. I'm going to start with Afanifere because the ground is soaked. King David, I saw your hand raised up before I start the space. Do you have anything to say? King David? King David? King David, are you there? Okay, I think he's not close by. Please, as we are hosting the space, if you have anything to drop for us today for space donation. Okay, you are not free. Okay, whenever you are free, then you request for the mic again. Ah, he's down. All right. So the ground is soaked in blood. Nigeria's ground is soaked in blood. And I don't know how this will come to an end. So I'm going to start with what happened in Yoruba land this week because it marks a turning point that every Nigerian needs to understand. We know who Afanifere is, the Pan Yoruba political organization, and they documented a case that happened in Ekiti State. So disturbing, so disturbing. A woman was killed by a terrorist and her body was seized. They've killed you as terrorists killed the woman, and at the same time, they refuse to release her body. I have never seen this kind of thing before. So her body was seized, and the killers called the family and gave their ransom demand. 1.5 million. They said they needed 1.5 million naira. You have to give them Indian hemp. You have to give them cocaine. You have to give them a crystal methamphetamine. This is a drug called ICE is a drug, and a carton of beer, as if you are going for marriage, you know. So 4 men went to deliver this item to the terrorist, and the terrorists took everything and then turned around and abducted the 4 men. Just like you want to go and give your in-laws all these things because it's like going for traditional marriage, or what we call in Italian nkongudok, that is knocking on the door, and then they seize your in-laws and say you are not going again. So that is what happened in Yoruba land this week. Then they call now that they need to give them virgins. From the killing of a woman to the demanding of virgins. After collecting all these items that they listed and since the 4 men, they now say, okay, bring virgins for us. If not, we will not release the corpse. We will not also release the 4 men. Now, who will go and give them? The 4 men that brought the items to them, took the items to them, have been seized. And now they are demanding for virgins. Oh my God. You see, the demand for virgins is not random. No, it is a doctrine. It is a doctrine, and they call it sabaya in jihadist ideology. You know, so that means the taking of women. They take women as a war spoils and then sex slaves. So it is not really new, but it is alarming that they've begun to introduce this. into their list of demands. And it is worrisome for Biafrans who, this is Yoruba land though, and we share borders with Yoruba. You may say it does not concern me, but it is almost there. It is spreading everywhere. So, and so ISIS has, coded it. Boko Haram has been practicing it for a very long time. It is specifically referenced in the group's interpretation of Islamic law as the right of their fighters to enslave women. It is there. You cannot cut it off. This is a reason why the government of USA remove and ban Sharia. Because what they are doing it on the framework of Sharia. So it is there. They must enslave women. We have seen so many videos how they are beating women, even with the abaya that some are even wearing, the one that covered them from head to toe. They beat them. You see how they struggle to put food in their mouth and all that. So for them, it aligns with their law and their religion. So when you see this demand appearing in Yoruba land, not just in Yoruba land, I mean, not only in a northeast region where Boko Haram has operated for more than 17 years, but in Ekiti state, in Ondo, which is Yoruba land. And the next thing now, they will begin to introduce it in Biafra land because our people are not ready. They are not serious with their freedom. They are sitting on the fence, expecting manna to fall from heaven, expecting US to fight for them. That's what they are doing. So it tells you that their ideology has migrated to everywhere, including Biafra land. The fighters who are operating in the southwest are not just criminals running a kidnap for ransom scheme. No, they are ideologically trained jihadists who believe they are entitled to virgin women as reward for their conquest, and there's nothing you can do about it. They are introducing this thing gradually. It is happening in the north, and then now it has reached the west. So this is the language of caliphate building. It is not different from what ISIS did in Syria or in Iraq. This is not different from what Boko Haram did to Chibok girls in 2014. It is the same ideology, the same demand, the same doctrine, now operating in Ekiti. After Ekiti, where else? Is it not Biafra land? So Afanifere documented a whole pattern of escalating attacks, not just this one case. And I'm going to just let us know when I finish this section, before we go to the next one, you can add anything that you feel I have missed out, because it is not about me. I don't know it all. So a couple, he also made reference to a couple that was attacked in front of their house in Akure, Ondo State. And the husband was shot while trying to stop his wife from being abducted. Not in the highway. This one is going to their house, in front of their house, not highway, not forest, not farm, in front of their house. He also made documentation about Elder Igwe, father of the former deputy governor of Ebonyi State, who was abducted on his way to church. That what happened on Sunday. He also made documentation on a family of 5 that were taken at 7 p.m. in Ekiti while their neighbors were at mosque for evening prayers. So just think about that. The attack was timed for the moment when community members would be distracted by prayers. They launched the attack immediately. Even in Abuja, he recorded it as well. Communities in Kwara State, have been sacked. Farmers in Oyo State are being killed with impunity, and no one is talking. As all this thing keeps on happening, Tinubu is there reshuffling his cabinet, putting the Yoruba people like the ones we saw. I think on Friday, God willing, we are going to have program with that idiot called Daniel Bwala. We are going to dissect all those rubbish he was talking there, in all of them that supported Tinubu in that their interview. And I love what the man did, but let me not mix it here too, so that I don't mix up what we came to discuss today. Let's see what God will do for us. So that is what this man documented. So now here is the part of Afanifere said that the government does not want the media to amplify it at all. Nobody talk against Tinubu. The media house now, look at AIT, it belongs to Yoruba. Look at China's television, it belongs to Yoruba. What is this other one? Arise TV, I'm told it also belongs to Yoruba. Where again? Is it NTA? Oh, Gbogbo Tigbo, Yoruba. So tell me how these people will talk against Tinubu, their brother. You have seen Sunday Igboho coming out to say he will support Tinubu to win the president. Why? Because Tinubu saved his head. Tinubu was the one, and Obasanjo, that made sure that he was not extradited to Nigeria. It is your family first. It is only the Biafran people that are stupid to sell their own to the Fulanis to kill. It is only the Biafran people that are stupid to bring in the terrorists into our land, to massacre our people, to rape our women, slaughter them. Now they are demanding for virgins. If you have a family member that have virgins, you better lock them inside your homes. If not, Fulanis that are coming, these same our people will be the one to point fingers and say this family have virgins. Because the script has changed. The demands have changed. They are asking for virgins. So anybody blaming Sunday Igboho, why should we blame Sunday Igboho? He is showing back the love Tinubu showed to him. Yes, he is telling the Biafran people that we are all stupid. At least those, not everyone, those governors that sold Onyendu to the terrorists, that you don't know how to take care of your own. It did not end there because they had promised him, oh yeah, drop the agitation. We will give you a chieftaincy title. Now, from chieftaincy title, he has collected a lot of money to drop the agitation, not even minding those that were killed. We cannot even compare our Onyendu to them. The point I'm making here is that it's about domestic love, domestic care. They don't want their own to be destroyed. But what are we doing? What are the legitimate governors doing? They have pushed Onyendu out. Why can't they come together and give Tinubu conditions? Say, you must release our son. His Excellency NNAMDI KANU, our leader. You must release our son if you want us to support you. Why didn't Obi Kubana do the same? Why? Why didn't the chief priest do the same with Sheyi and tell Sheyi, no, if your father wants us to support you and become the city boys, release our brother to us. Your father has released Sunday Igboho. We need our brothers. But they did the opposite. They sold their brother. They put the signature. Maybe they might have even told them, these city boys that you are running, make sure you don't demand for the release of your brother. And they will say, okay, because they themselves have skeleton in their cupboard. They are doing illegal drug business with Tinubu. Haven't you seen the list of ambassadors that Tinubu have sent out? They are all Yorubas. Sending a Reno Mercury to Mexico so that he can be bringing the drugs for him very well. Look at is it Kayode, whatever is his name? That one that jumped from one party room to the other for his stomach. He's now going to Germany because hunger almost killed him. The same man that was fighting against corruption, but because he would die, he was there lying, supporting lies, denying that there is that there is no genocide in Nigeria because of this one position for him to survive. The same thing that happened with Daniel Bwala. They need to survive, and they know just when you say, I'm sorry. Sunday Igboho say he apologized to Tinubu and he forgave him. So why can't he support Tinubu till he gets his president? And immediately Tinubu stepped down, he will continue the agitation again because by that time, a Yoruba person will not be contesting. But the word of our leader must come to pass that Tinubu will be the last president of Nigeria. So that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not comparing him to Onyendu, God forbid. He cannot even untie his shoelace. But that unity is what I'm emphasizing here. That they came together and agreed for Sunday Igboho to walk free today as a free man. And nobody can counter that. Nobody can contest that. So Afanifere said that the government does not want the media to amplify this, that they are the ones behind the killings. They are the ones that have refused to take decisive action to cut off the bandit funding source. They are making money from it. So the government does not want you to carry this news. They don't want the media house to carry this. But we are here to tell the world that the government of Nigeria are the ones benefiting from terrorism. They are funding terrorism. We saw the video of those boys, showing the bulk bundles of naira that they've collected from ransom. And I was just in my mind looking at this, but I said, these are all small boys. They don't even need this money. So they are working for people. And those people are those in the government. These boys don't buy cars. They don't live in luxurious houses. No. They don't have private jet. They don't even go to school. They don't even buy clothes and wear. They look very dirty. So who are they working for? They are working for all the politicians in Nigeria. When they collect this ransom, they pass the money to them. That is what is playing out. So Afanifere said, in the official press, state actors are funding the terrorists. That is what Afanifere said. But also know that Afanifere is a political organization of the Yoruba land. Tomorrow, they will switch and say they did not even say it. It is their norm. It is their way of life. They rub shoulders. Maybe they are looking for money. Once Tinubu called them and said, why should you say this kind of thing? I'm your Igbo. They will accept. Give them the envelope. If Sunday Igbo can collect envelope and forget about the people that were killed when he was campaigning for Yoruba Nation, is it Afanifere that will not collect envelope? They will collect. A lot has happened. So many people have died this week in Nigeria. 200 people have been killed in Borno. 300 have been abducted. And they say that they are going to march to Abuja. That is what the terrorists said. They are going to march to Abuja. They have seized the soldiers' weapons, which is normal. That is why they go to their military camp to bomb, so that they can pack the weapons. They have killed 50 soldiers today. I mean, this week. Hold on, David. They have killed 50 soldiers this week, and they've dumped their bodies in a room. They have killed a community chief of Imam. They have killed elders. They have burned. What have they not done? What have they not done? They have made videos to show that they are the ones that did it, and you cannot do anything. David, I've sent it. I don't know why you are not getting it. So the pattern is becoming wider and wider and wider everywhere. And nobody is saying anything. A security analyst just summarized the problem this way, that the army is fighting a ghost. Fighters descending with motorbikes on villages and disappearing into the bush before the army can even respond on time. And now these fighters are also using drones. So they are fighting a ghost, according to the security analyst. United States already deployed troops to Nigeria to advise them, but NSA Ribadu is blocking it. They said, no, these are not terrorists, but with time, they think that they can play with United States with time. And now I'm asking, where is the Sultan of Sokoto? Because this is not usual. Ramadan have started. Sultan did not say a word. They only made a, carried news headline. He said they've seen the moon, start fasting. Since December 25th, we've not seen Sultan of Sokoto. Was he also ended or unalive on that 25th December? Is there anything the Nigerian government is hiding from its own citizens? Because since then, we have not seen him. Where is the Sultan of Sokoto? Question mark is there. So, yeah, before I go to the event of today, which is this Israeli ambassador interview. King David, where are you now? I can't find you again. Are you people still hearing me, or am I the only one talking? Is anybody in the space with me, or am I also talking to ghosts? According to what the security analyst said, that Nigerian military are fighting ghosts. Can anybody hear me? Okay, senior citizen Ben, thank you. Yeah, because I didn't see any sign. Okay, thank you. Thank you. King David, I cannot see you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, 1 million minister. Thank you, veteran. No, Ekomdo, glad to have you here. I'm happy to have you, Mama Betty, Cyprian, Ekomdo. Hey, 9 people have given me oxygen to breathe. It's like I was talking to myself all this while, and nobody was listening. Because of internet, I just had to confirm. So, that is in summary, just an overview of what has been happening this week. So let's listen to what Israeli ambassador said. Hold on. Hold on.
In Nigeria, I think that will answer better. But on the first one regarding Iranian involvement in Nigeria, I think that is well documented. We know that there are certain movements. For example, the Islamic movement of Nigeria is sponsored and is backed by the Iranian regime. This is not me saying this. We've seen that documented by the Iranian regime. Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, posted on X his support and his backing and on there, so that's very open. And there are other areas as well that Iran is working for destabilizing not only Nigeria but all of West Africa. Apart from that, on your second question, look, Nigeria and Israel are strong allies, are strong friends. We work together on many areas, and as Prime Minister Netanyahu said, we are willing, we are eager to partner with Nigeria according to Nigeria's needs and according to Nigeria's desires in order to help tackle instability within Nigeria, again, according to Nigerian needs and Nigerian desires and wishes.
Did you hear the last one? He repeated it again, according to Nigerian needs and Nigerian what? Let me go back. Because need varies. Yeah, I don't know. Each time I send you mic, they will just take it off from you. What is going on? Abi, are they attacking me? Okay, 1 million. Go ahead before we go to what the ambassador of Israel is saying. According to their needs plenty. Yalla, 1 million minister, welcome. Minister 1 million, you have the mic. Can you hear me? Hey. David, I've also sent the mic again. King David. Show harder. King David, yalla, go ahead. Maybe 1 million has entered the other room. Again, he has been kicked out. What is this? 1 million, are you there? Please, I need a co-host. I don't understand why this thing is doing like this. Where is Ben? Where is Ben? Deputy Ben, I've sent the co-host to you. Let's really understand what is happening here. I don't know if you are there. David, are you there? Can you hear me now? Thank you so much. Our UK deputy admin, thank you. Let's really understand what is happening here. King David, can you hear me? Two of you are on mic. David and 1 million. Who is hearing me? My co-host, can you hear me? Ha, Guinea. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, now go ahead, King David. Go ahead now.
No, the truth of the matter is that I can only hear you when I am on mic. So, okay. Greeting from here. Good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans, wonderful people and lovers of freedom. I appreciate you, our sister, for doing the needful today as well. Thank you for bringing us together. We appreciate our leaders, those in detention more importantly, because they are taking bullet for us. Our leader, NNAMDI KANU. We must always stand in solidarity with our leader for his continued sacrifices for the freedom of our people. Biafrans in the homeland, kudos to each and every one of you. You are doing us proud. We, the Biafran people, we stand in solidarity with Israel. We support Israel. We support the United States of America for doing the needful, cutting off the terrorist sponsor's head, the Iranian Islamic regime. So we will continue to support them. Very, very important. Now, just like you said, It is practically impossible for those who are sponsoring the terrorist activities against our people to now come out to fight those that are sponsoring. It is quite unfortunate. This is a big, big deception. And I know a lot of you listening to, Biafrans, a lot of us listening to the interview that special, whatever is called, Bala, granted. You see how they used to play Takia. You see how they continue to use sweet mouth to decorate the terrorist government. And it is quite unfortunate for them. They were all caught in the web of their lies. He was caught on the web of his lies, and there is nothing he can do about it. There was nowhere to hide. So, Biafrans, the truth of the matter is that Nigeria is a dead country. Nigeria is a terrorist country. Nigeria is the sponsor of terrorism in Africa. Because why Iran is the sponsor of terrorism all over the world, helping Nigeria, to Islamize us. Nigeria, in the other hand, is trying to Islamize other indigenous populations, and as well from there fund terrorism all over Africa. Just like what Iran is to the Middle East, that is what Nigeria wants to be in Africa. But we are not going to allow that to happen. That is why we are calling on Biafrans in the homeland, in diaspora, to continue to support their freedom, continue to support the Biafran Republic government in exile, our government, continue to support our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu Nkere, for what he is doing in Washington, D.C. on our behalf. And if you want the positive result to continue to come in, you have to support financially. Very, very important, because our lobbyists, our attorneys, they don't do their job just by, you appreciating their good work. No, they have to get paid what they are doing in Washington, D.C. And remember what Mazi Elias promised while he was unveiled to the Biafran people. He said they are going to be our voice. They are going to speak for us. They are going to defend us. That he is going to make sure that our voice is heard in Washington, D.C. And he is doing it to the best of his knowledge and ability today. Our voices are being heard in Washington, D.C. Today, our Prime Minister can sit down with senators, representatives, congressmen, and women to table Biafra before them. They are now being educated. They are now being informed of what Biafra is passing through.
We can't hear you again, King David. We lost you, King David. Okay. I think he's distracted. Yeah. So, dear friends, we have a lot to tweet today. Go to our information ministers page, and then if you have not shared the videos from our people in the homeland.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, I was being distracted. So, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko, our first Prime Minister, please, sorry, I will come back. Give me a minute. Thank you so much. Biafrans, let us continue to support our freedom. It is very, very important.
Okay. Thank you so much. When you are less busy, you can join us again. So, Biafrans, welcome, welcome. Kindly share the space as you are joining the space. And if you have your donation or guinea, you can do as usual. Okay. So, We had three objectives today: to talk about their Fanny very briefly, and then to go into the interview of the two ambassadors. And the last one will be to talk about Ahmed, as he was crying during his interview with Daily TV because he's panicking. Minister 1 million, it kicked you out again. All right. So, you know, when the ambassador, Freeman, ambassador, Israeli ambassador, when he spoke in Arise TV, he spoke with certainty, certainty, 100% of it. It was not he wasn't diplomatic in what he was saying. He wasn't diplomatic, being careful with his words. No. He was not even shaking or trembling. No. He did not say, okay, we believe or we suspect. He said it is well documented. That was what he said. Well documented, meaning that if you wake him from sleep, he will provide the evidence, the pieces of evidence to what he is talking about. And as I said in the beginning of the space, we are also speaking with evidence, and we are getting it directly from him as well. We have the evidence as well to back up in everything that we are saying. So he said it in the front of camera. Everybody listened to it. With the Iranian ambassador available to respond, which he did. So if you ask, what gave him that confidence to come, say whatever, all that he said in front of the camera, I would say that he had 5 layers of evidence, 5 good layers. And I'll try my possible best to see how we can go through it. If you have others, please, immediately I drop this side before we go to the next one, kindly chip in and then speak to the Biafrans about it as well. Now, he had his first evidence for 47 years of documented hostility that has happened. And he said it clearly, for 47 years, Iran had a policy of death to America, death to Israel. Its entire state structure has been sponsoring terrorism, funding organizations worldwide to kill Israelis, to kill Jews. When I say Jews, including you and me, and to spread terror everywhere. 47 years. So this is not an allegation against a neutral country. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, is a prescribed terrorist organization across European Union. So it's not new. And the multiple individual countries have also prescribed them as a terrorist organization and has been formally designated by the United States. Because for 47 years, they have been chanting death to America, death to Israel. So this ILGC is a global terror operations. All their operations, all that they have done, have been documented in court proceedings in multiple countries, not just Israel intelligence reports. So the man was very, very sure of what he was saying, unlike Boala, that went to the screen, still sat in front of the audience and was lying through his anus. Advisor to Tinubu, advisor, I'm not aware of that. That should be his second name. Now, another layer I feel he got this confidence from was when he linked it, because there's a link between Argentina, Bulgaria, and Nigeria. And there has been a trail of bombing in this region. He specifically named these countries. If you go back and listen to the full interview, he named these countries that in 1994, bombing of the AMIA Jewish Community Center in Argentina that killed 85 people. And it has been conclusively linked to Hezbollah operatives acting on the orders of Iran. He made reference to it. I'm not the one that made reference to it. Go back and listen to the full interview. You will hear it. As I said, whatever we say here is evidence-based. Argentine prosecutors issued international arrest warrants for senior Iranian officials, including former President Hashemi. And in Bulgaria as well, in 2012, there was a bombing of an Israeli tourist bus that was carried out by the same Hezbollah with Iranian backing. So these are not allegations, these are court documented findings. And Freeman cited this precisely because they show Nigeria is not a new target. It fits a global pattern, what has been happening, a global pattern, of Iran using proxy groups to attack countries it considers hostile to its interest. Because right now, there is a Islamic movement of Nigeria coordinated by Iran, by Zaki Zaki. So what are we talking about here? Proofs, the evidence are everywhere. And he also made reference to the post of Ayatollah exposed. He said, because this is very, very important. I love people that back up whatever they're saying with evidence. This is very, very crucial, that the documentation is not just from Israeli intelligence. So he said that Ayatollah himself posted his support for the Islamic movement of Nigeria on the social media platform, which is public to everyone to go and see. The supreme leader of Iran publicly declaring support for an organization that has been designated by the Nigerian government as a security threat. Now, this organization was designated by the Nigerian government as a security threat to the country. But these were the same people that came out a few days ago and trampled on the flags of US and America. So why didn't they arrest them and say, oh, you were designated as a threat to the country? Why are you parading on the streets? Why are you shouting chants, dead to America and dead to Israel? They did not, because they are Ribadu's brothers and sisters. So after designated them, what next? You pamper them, you feed them, you groom them with the money coming from Iran. Because they are all under the control of Zazaki. And who is controlling and feeding and funding Zazaki? With 300 schools that they have free education for all those that claim that they are from a poor family. Still coming from Iran. The evidence are there. That he said, these people have clashed, carried out violent attack in Nigeria. Burning the flag of Israel is not the first time. The flag of America is not the first time they've done that. So this is not a, leaked intelligence. It is something that everybody saw. This is a public endorsement by a head of a state of a proscribed armed movement in a sovereign country. And Gumi now is equating us to this group of people. We are not terrorists. We are people that determined freedom. We are people that are desperate for freedom. We are not terrorists and we will never be. Another layer of confidence that this man had was Iran Global Terror Inventory. And Nigeria is on that list as well. He listed Iran known proxy organizations, he listed Hamas, he listed Hezbollah, he listed the Houthis in Yemen and militias in Iraq. And every single one of these groups has been used to attack America and Israel interests. But then he said something that Nigeria need to hear. And everybody in this space need to hear. We have seen them acting in Nigeria. That's what he said. We have seen them acting in Nigeria. We have seen these people acting all across the world. He also revealed that just 2 months before the Arise TV interview, that millions of Iranians rose up in internal protest against the regime. And the regime response was to gun them down. We all saw it. Up to 70,000 people have been killed. They were massacred in Iran. This is a government that kills its citizens in tens of thousands. So you think you think they have any hesitation funding the killing of Christians in Nigeria? They will not hesitate. So the man spoke with confidence and evidence. Another evidence he had was the Iranian ambassador response proved everything that he did. Everything. Because this is what me I also added to myself. That proved everything. Freeman said. When he was giving, Iran ambassador was given a chance to respond, what did he respond? What did he do? He said the intelligence were entirely unfounded. He said Iran regards Nigeria as an important and influential country in Africa. And he talked about trade. He talked about education, culture. He talked about science. He talked about technology and health. He did not deny that Islamic movement of Nigeria received funding from Iran. He did not make reference to that at all. He did not. He did not deny that Ayatollah posted on his X handle his support for his Islamic movement in Nigeria. He did of Nigeria. Sorry, he did not do that. He attacked Israel credibility instead, immediately, in a court of law. I don't know if Mama Betty is here. What do we call that? We call that deflection. Deflection in the court of law. Now I'm a lawyer. If I'm wrong, she will come and correct me. I'm not a lawyer. So that was what happened. And this is what you do when you cannot refute specific evidence. You lie, just like Daniel Bwala. You lie to cover up. Another evidence, I think, which aligns perfectly well. Can you hear me? Iran said, which had to do with Nigeria. He said, Iran regards Nigeria as an important and influential country in Africa. Now, look at the language. The language is what I was looking into, and it's very, very important. He said, important and influential country in the Islamic world. That is what it means. So when he says Nigeria is an important and influential country in Nigeria, he is making reference to being important and influential country in the Islamic world, unquote, because they are members of OIC. And it is the exact same language that the president of Turkey, Erdogan, used about Nigeria from Turkey. We made program on this, and my people have been talking about it. So both Iran and Turkey are calling Nigeria important in the context of the Islamic world, because they are together in it. Not African world, not the developing world. The Islamic world is what Nigeria has become very, very important and influential to them. So they are both competing to be the dominant foreign Islamic power with the influence inside Nigeria. And Nigeria Christian, you and me, you are the territory that they are competing over. You as a Biafran, you as a Jewish person, you as a traditionalist that are still sitting on the fence and said it doesn't concern me. It is me and you that they are competing with. When Turkey gave them weapons, they said they are giving them weapons to fight the terrorists. In the context of terrorism in Nigeria, it is Biafrans that are terrorists to them, not their brothers. I don't know how we want people to explain this thing over and over again. Ribadu has just come out and informed everyone that these people are not terrorists, they are his brothers. So who are the terrorists now in Nigeria? It is the Biafran people, because according to them, they have designated IPOB as a terrorist organization. We saw the debris of Turkey weapons in Biafra land. So when they got the weapons that Bwala was saying that they've gone into agreement with Turkey, they got weapons to come and fight us. And you could see Gumi making reference to the weapons, that if we drop our weapons, then they will drop theirs. How can Gumi equate us and compare us to a terrorist? Some terrorists in the bush that sleep with cows, that use cow urine to wash their head. We are not terrorists, and we will never be terrorists. So after all this interview, I don't know if anybody have anything to say before we listen to what Iranian ambassador said. I think I just opened this space for myself only today. Nobody is ready to say anything. My co-host, are you there? Okay, David, you are back. So the Israeli Prime Minister had all this evidence put together and many more. Because of time, I had to shorten it. And many more to tell his listeners that, come on, this is what is happening. We have a lot of it to tell the world that these people are funding terrorism in Nigeria. Yeah, my co-host, you can go ahead if you're there.
I am back. If you can hear me, please.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, sorry for that, disruptions, Sometimes when you are busy, that is when you have calls, you have disturbances, and all the rest of them. So, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, lovers of freedom, it is practically impossible for the sponsors of your killers to fight your killers. These are big distractions, are big deceptions. Just like when we say the Fulanis, they know how to play takia very, very well. They are like mosquitoes. The sponsors of these terrorist activities against the indigenous people, they are like mosquitoes that you have if you are living within a place that breed mosquitoes. You see, when mosquitoes are biting you, you will not even know why the mosquito will be biting you. It will be the feather will be, will be clapping his feathers, and you will be thinking that you are good, whereas the mosquito is sucking your blood. That is exactly how these terrorist sponsors they function. They come with their takia, their deception. They come and tell you, oh, that they are fighting terrorism. They come and tell you they are fighting insecurity. They come and tell you they are fighting insurgents. But in the real sense of it, they are the insurgents, they are the insecurity, they are the jihadists. Who would have imagined that Nuhu Ribadu, who is the chief security officer of the Nigerian state, apart from Tinubu, he is the man who have every intel about security in Nigeria? Who would believe that he is liaising, he is working with the killers of their people? Who will believe that the Nigerian government are paying terrorists to kill you, indigenous people, the owners of the land? Because they know they can't do it alone. They have to import. They told you that in 2015, in order to win election, they have to go to Niger. They have to go to the Sahel region to import people to come and vote for them, so that they are going to use the numbers to win their election. And they succeeded. After winning the election, what did they do? Those people, they now promised them settlement, that Nigeria belongs to them. Grab your land, displace communities, kill them. Their lives do not matter to us. That is what somebody like El-Rufai, Shetima, the late Buhari, Ganduje, Sultan of Sokoto, all these Islamists, the likes of Gumi, the likes of Pantami, all of them, that was what they told these terrorists that they imported. Go to anywhere that you like, if you like in Kebbi, in Borno, in Kwara, in Sokoto, anywhere that you like, that you feel the land is fertile. Go and drive the indigenous people that are living there. Occupy it. That is your territory. We are in charge of Nigeria. We have the security advisor. Rio Hurubadu is there. Pantami is there as the information department. They divided themselves to strategic positions so that nobody is going to speak. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody is going to speak for you. If you talk about the presidency, they are there. If you come to security matters, they will call Nuhu Ribadu to come and speak. Every challenges. If you talk about genocide, they will tell you, oh, the Christian Association chairman is they will say, they will call him to come and speak because they are the ones who put them there. So why they are killing the indigenous people, they are fanning, they are promoting their image. In international scene, they appoint the likes of Bauer to paint their image. They appoint Reni Omokri to come and paint their and launder their image all over the world in order to present them as saints, whereas all of them are devil incarnate. And this is the reason why our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to tell each and every one of you, if all of you that follow our leader remember, our leader has never been wrong. Every prediction, every broadcast that our leader have made calling out these terrorists, our leader have always been right. These people, they don't care about your life. These people want to complete the Usman Dan Fodio agenda, to dip their Quran into the sea. So they will go at any length. They will do the undoables. Anybody that stands on their way against this agenda, they are going to bring you down. So they use all manner of takia to deceive you, gullible Nigerians. And it's quite unfortunate. Some of our Biafran brothers and sisters fall prey to all this, their shenanigans, their deception. But we, the Biafran people, who followed our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who are the students of history of our leader, we know them for who they are. They can no longer deceive us. Their deception, when it comes to us, have fallen apart because we can shred them in pieces. We have evidences upon evidences upon evidences of their atrocities and cover-ups. So therefore, we have them where it pains them so much. And that is why we are telling you, Biafrans, who are falling prey, who are ignorant of their antics, to come on board and see what we have seen and stand with us and defend our land and fight for what we believe in and fight for Biafra. Because it is only Biafra that can dislodge. The emergence of Biafra disorganize their franchise. What these people are fighting is to have a safe haven in Nigeria. And once they succeed, believe you me, you are going to live like a slave in the rest of your lives. Yes, that program, they planned it hundreds of years ago. And you know the Fulanis that our leader tell us, and we have read about them. We believe them. We believed our leader. These people plan for their plans are a long time. It's not like, oh, we plan for tomorrow. You plan for, they start years and years back to plan for what they are going to do in the nearest future. They sent in their foot soldiers. They sent in their megats. They sent in their shoe shiners. They sent in their gate men. They sent in their barrow pushers. They come and sell sugarcane around your vicinities. They come and scout and see what is happening around you. You think that these people are businessmen? They are not. They are agents of the caliphate. And now that they have unleashed their plans on the indigenous people, that is what you see playing out in Benue State. That is what you are seeing playing out in Southern Kaduna. You saw what happened in Borno recently, where soldiers have been killed like fowl, like chicken. Ragtag Fulani people that don't go to school. People who barely know how to eat, who barely speak English. People who are cattle rearers. How do they get sophisticated weapons to go and dislodge a whole military formation or military barracks? Does that not wonder you? Who gave them the information? Who planned the attack? Believe you me, the attacks are planned by Nihuru Badu. The attacks are planned by Shetima. The attacks are planned by all these reintegrated Boko Haram that they reintegrate into the Nigerian military. The executioners are ISIS, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen. All these people that you see marauding around your street, carrying melu, cows all over the place. These people are foot soldiers. They are scouting your areas for attack. And once they have concluded their plans to attack, they now strike. Nuhu Ribadu will be guiding them. You saw the Fulani men that are sharing money on social media. You saw the walkie-talkie that they have. Who gave them such sophisticated communication gadget? Where did they buy it from? Oh my goodness me. Biafrans, let us rise up and support our freedom. Let us rise up and support the Biafran Republic government in exile. Let us rise up and support our Prime Minister Ogechukwu NKERE. He is dismantling the terror in Washington, D.C. Our lobbies are doing exceptionally well. That is why you can hear what Gumi is saying today. Gumi was telling you, oh, if Biafrans can lay down their arms, that they are going to support you. He is going to support you. To hell with Gumi and his support. We don't need your support. We cannot lay down our arms for fighting for the freedom of our people. It is practically impossible. It will never work because we want a free Biafra nation that will be free from terrorism, that will be free from jihad. A Biafran nation where everybody will be somebody, where the resources of the state belong to the people, where everybody can attain his potential, not a state where a privileged few, cattle rearers, will be governing professors, and professors will be rigging an election for them. This is not the kind of state, this is not the kind of nation that we want. We want a free Biafran nation, and that is what we are going to get. Nobody is going to stop it. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but we will make sure that Biafra becomes a free nation. But at this critical time, do you know that Biafra is very close more than ever before? Yes. Go to Biafran Republic Government in Exile website. You will see the great work that BRGIE under Prime Minister Ogechukwu NKERE have done. You will see the political and the engagement that is happening in Washington, D.C. to tell you that it is Biafra or Biafra. So my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, let us continue to support our government. Let us continue to support financially, because everything that is being done is capital intensive. The Biafran Defense Forces, the 100,000 men under arms, they need to be equipped. They need logistics. They are fed, and all the material that they need, we have to provide it for them. And how do you do that? It is through the funding, through your support, so that our land will continue to remain very safe and protected. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, my sister. Continue to do the needful for the Biafran people. We so much appreciate you for your time. We salute our leaders, Ohamadike, Obato Obie. These men are exceptional. Their lives come once in a million years. More importantly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. You don't expect me to come down to your level. You took my parents away from me. You know how much I love my father and my mother. They took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto to force him, to intimidate him, thinking that, oh, when they take him to Sokoto, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will fidget, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will succumb, and now embrace one Nigeria. They don't know the stuff that our leader is made of. Our leader said, if you kill him, Biafra will come faster. So they are just like we are holding Nigeria. Our leader is holding Nigeria on a very tight corner, a very tight spot. ọ dị ka ekike otito toro n'amụ, ịhapụ ya ọ na-eto afọ, isi ka itie ya itipi akwana ya, ịpịa ya ịpịwa ihe nwoke ji wee wuru nwoke. For those who don't hear what I'm saying, our leader is like a bone on the throat of the terrorist Nigerian state. They can't vomit it, they can't swallow it. Like a boil